All right, everybody. Here comes Senator Patrice Dumont. That's him right here. So he writes a letter to the Senate President called Murat Cantave, um, basically asking that the Senate censure Gracia Delva. Now, the way it works in Haiti, and actually in most parliamentary societies, is for a member of the legislature, a senator or a deputy, to be able to be arrested, to be arrested, they have to have their immunity removed from them from the other members of the body. For example, Gracia Delva, he's a senator, and as long as he is a senator, he could really commit any crime with a lot of evidence against him and not be arrested, unless he is in the act of committing the crime and a police officer would take the chance to arrest him. uh yeah, it's not you can't do it like that. 2/3 of the body must agree to remove the immunity, and it has never been done. I was trying to think, should I just be so declarative like that and say it's never been done, but let's just say I'm 98% sure that it's never been done. That a lawmaker has lost their immunity. It just, they look out for each other. They'd rather wait till, your term comes to an end, and then, you know, then whatever case that was put up against you will, of course, begin to proceed. They'll come and arrest you when you no longer have the mandate. There's been a lot of things going on in the past with involving members of the legislature, and nothing has been done. So it's very rare that the immunity of Gracia Delva could be lifted. And of course, when that doesn't happen, they can again run for office, and if they're reelected, then the immunity continues. There are a lot of guys. You hear this said a lot of times. There are a lot of guys up there in our Haitian parliament that's really just hiding from justice. It had to be said. Well, it's always said. Everybody knows it. So, continuing on. So, he's not asking for that, although the situation is quite serious. I can see it getting close to. I can't see it done. Call me I'm actually an optimist. I'm a very optimistic person, but I don't quite see it getting done, no matter what evidence they were to bring. I think you'll get real close. You'll probably get like 50, 55% vote, but I just don't see it getting done. So, but this Senator Cantave, that's not what he's asking for. He's actually asking for the senator to be censored, essentially, where he cannot participate. He can't sit in the parliament. He still holds his seat, still has his immunity. He still can go around calling himself a senator and doing other Senate functions, but within the function of the body as a whole, he will not be allowed to participate. That's what Murat Cantave is requesting, because I see he makes mention of articles within the Constitution regarding how they deal with parliamentary immunity, but it looks like he's uh, re- resorting to the rules of procedure, and those are rules that are within the House itself of how they deal with one another. So yeah, I would read all of this to you, but I won't. But it does mention Yuri Latour having said that Gracia Delva is an emissary between Anel Joseph and the president Jovenel Moise. And that's interesting. And it makes me really wonder, like, what is going on? Now, Carl Murat, if you notice here, Senator Gracia Delva is Artibonite, as well as Carl Murat Cantave is Artibonite. And so is Yuri Latour. You know, for them to go against their a member of their party, it's like, what did you do, Mr. Delva? And I mean, I guess he really did the crime, but the problem is I don't really have that much faith in Yuri that much, where I think he would stand up for something that's right. Yuri Latour, he's somebody, he's in my bottom 5% as far as Haitian politicians and character is concerned. I hold him in very, very low esteem. So, so when I hear him make statements like this, which sound too much like right to me, I'm leery. So what happened? That's something I want to know. What happened between Gracia Delva and Yuri Latour? Okay. And Carl, he's a bit of aloof. He probably knows something. Nah, he probably knows something. He's really aloof. He is what he is, you know. But I is the same as PHTK, the party in power. Jovenel Moise, Sweet Mickey. Do not get twisted. Just because it's a different party name doesn't mean they're not aligned. This is the same block. RPH, I think it's the Republican Party. I think it's the party of the former government Francisco. Yeah, I think that's Francisco's party. I think Patrice Dumont is part of that party. You know, but he's asking that until charges come down, that they censor the senator, and things are bad. I don't even think they will have to do that. I just think he won't show up. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think, at least not in this heat, not in this political climate. And I just don't have faith in these lawmakers in actually doing something, because they're going to feel like all their dirt is going to come up too. And I guess that's something that that's going to be worth discussing, is like, because we want people to come forward. We want people to come clean, because it's been a certain way for so long. And by attacking those who, and I guess I'm just as guilty as that in my way of speaking of Yuri Latour, but I just don't trust him. That's all I'm saying. With what I'll explain that a little bit later. But so we do want to encourage a society where people feel like they could come forward and talk, and perhaps Mr. Delva himself might have stuff, you know, he could share. So, and going back to Yuri Latour as it pertains to that, yeah, I just don't know what his ends is, and the reason why I hold him in so, like, because there's been other Haitian politicians that have been far more egregious, egregious in their corrupt acts than Mr. Lato Chu. But the problem with him is that he's very smart. He is very smart, very capable. He is someone that impresses me, and I'm not easily impressed. He is very smart and very articulate. And he knows how to get things done. It's like this quote I heard about maybe 7 years ago. Someone said, in Haiti, I think they said the smart ones in the government are the worst, while the ones that are dumb sometimes have the best. The ones that are, they were comparing Senator Lambert to Senator Moise Jean-Charles, former senator. He was senator at the time. And they were basically saying Moise Jean-Charles has all the heart. He wants what's right for the people. He's not corrupt. He is willing to do what it takes to stand up for the country. But Moise Jean-Charles lacks in intelligence. And when I say intelligence, it doesn't mean he's not smart and capable. It means he's not clever. He lacks in that type of intelligence. He lacks in being articulate more than anything. Being articulate. He is not very articulate at all. In fact, I remember when they were spreading memes about him speaking French. Okay, I can't speak French right or Creole right, so it's whatever. But yeah, but then you have somebody like Lambert, very smart, very articulate, and he uses all his faculties towards his own personal ends and not for the country. And that's where Yuri, and those two are at the bottom for me. As far as yeah, and for Martelli, it drags him down a little bit, but he's not as bad as those two senators. But when I realized that Martelli is very smart, despite all, yeah, he went down on my list of stately Haitian politicians. The ones that I feel have stood up for the state, for the people, for the culture. So yeah, but he's not as bad as those guys, as these two. So so I'm not sure of the law, and I think that's something that, it's just so simple. Like, there should be a Wikipedia for Haitian laws. Like, I started collecting decrees and bylaws and all types of stuff, but it just got too heavy on my hard drive to keep all those files. But there should be a place where it exists online, and people can see it in different languages. It's a simple investment that allows us to have more eyes on what's going on. And I would think somebody in the government would want that. Would want that help, unless they're up to no good, of course. So either way, that's this. That's what's going on with this letter. He's basically just asking that, but he also adds that in the event that charges are made formal against Senator Delva, they should move forward with removing his immunity. Let me see his exact words. He says, by an act of great wisdom and great courage. Okay. In such circumstances, out of respect for the Haitian people, it is necessary, Honorable Speaker, members of the Bureau, fellow senators, by an act of great wisdom and great courage, to anticipate the judicial action by inviting colleague Delva to stop sitting. That needs to be added. Stop sitting as a board member and refrain from participating in our work. Yeah, he's saying, in lieu of actual charges, this is just a measure just to at least, keep them out of our face. It makes them, it makes the whole body look bad. It makes the entire legislature look bad. Makes them all look bad, and so I feel like for that reason, they're probably gonna try to move to get that unsightly image from them, especially in this case, So that's it.